Oh, is it going? Is it going? Is it pushing out? Uh-oh. Are we doing good? What are we doing? Uh-oh. We have a delay going on. Let's see what we can do to that. Check test 1, 2. See if we can fix the delay. Actually, it's kind of even out, I guess. No? Nope, it's still doing it. All right. Well, let's see what this does. Check test 1, 2. How is that? What's going on here? Welcome, everybody. I'm just playing around here trying to get these settings down, so feel free to grab your beverage while that happens. We're going to get going in, oh my gosh, what is it, 8 minutes from now. So you got plenty of time to grab your favorite beverage or get some nachos. Then I get to tell my bad nacho joke. There we go. Nice. See if that's going. All right, there's Ember. Hello. There we go. Hopefully this is all working. It looks like it's a little bit better. Uh-oh, are we froze up there? I don't know. All right, well, we're going to forge on through to the other side. Well, welcome everybody. I'm Dave Stelma. If you don't read the sign there. You don't read that. I'm Dave Stelma. And we are going to get going tonight on the show. Tonight we're going to talk about, oh gosh, golly, a lot of stuff. Hi, Courtney. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. And tonight we're going to talk about a few things. You know, I'm going to ask questions about, like, is that backup plan you have, is that your Achilles heel? Is that what's holding you back? We're going to kind of expand on that a little bit. Hi, Kyle. Got the whole damn family here. Fam Damley. Do I swear on Facebook? I don't know. Is damn swearing? I don't know. 6 minutes to go, and we're going to get going here. And hi, Kyle. Thank you for the double exclamation points. That's true. That's a true hello. Thank you. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about creating more joy in your life. We're going to talk about Hurricane Harvey. Sad thing going on out there. Not much you can do about it, but oh, hello, Aunt Gloria. Welcome. The show doesn't get going till about 5.5 minutes from now, so still have time to go get that beverage of choice. I choose straight up Absolute. Just kidding. It's water. Good old water. Triple water? Oh, I don't know what that means. Ember says triple. And then after tonight's show at 7 o'clock, go on over to Ember's shopping page, Ember Genthy Boutique. Look that up on Facebook. Go on Facebook. You can go right now. You still got 5 minutes to go. So you could go on Facebook and look it up. You're on Facebook. So what the hey? Go over there. Ember Genthy Boutique. And on our shopping page, join the shopping page. On shopping page, we're going to draw a name for a mystery prize. What does Ember sell? Some gorgeous clothes. Leggings, tops, all these good things. Wild patterns. Some not so wild patterns, but kind of cool stuff. So I invite you to go over there. And we will be doing that at a little after 7. I'll be going on her page and going live. So jump on over there after the show is over, and we're going to draw a name for a mystery prize, a winner for the mystery prize tonight. But welcome for being along on this adventure tonight. We're going to, about 4 minutes to go, we're going to talk about, is your backup plan your Achilles heel to your success? And then we're going to talk about how different ways that we can create more joy in your life. And I'm going to shoot you with a few ideas. So we need more joy in our lives, right? We need more happiness and joy to get us through this adventure of life. And so go and get the beverage of your choice. Pull up some nachos or some bag of potato chips or something. Something to snack on. Who out there is watching this on the big screen? Anybody? I should probably back away if you're on the big screen. Yeah, you can find YouTube is now on YouTube TV. And then Facebook comes out on Apple TV. So you can go on Apple and Apple TV and you can pull up Facebook on there and woo! This big mug could be up on your big 50-inch or 80-inch TV, flat screen TV up on the wall. That'd be scary. I'm going to have to probably do a little bit better coloring of my hair or something then. Huh? Well, welcome to Beyond This Venture. 2.5 minutes, a little over 2.5 minutes to go on the pre-show. Getting things warmed up. Hopefully the audio, if you can hear me well, give me a thumbs up or a heart or hit one of those babies. If the sound isn't good or it's out of sync, let me know too. It looks good on my end, but you never know how the internet's broadcast it. Yeah. So my week, I got 2 minutes to go, so I'll tell you about my weekend. So my weekend was trying to fix a faucet. Now, if you get my newsletter that comes out every morning, just a little short little blurb. If you get that newsletter, if you don't, feel free to sign up. All you got to do is take that joy quiz on davestelma.com. Take the joy quiz and you'll automatically get signed up for the daily newsletter. It comes Monday through Friday. Very short. Some little insights there. Something to hopefully keep you motivated and inspired for the week. But my weekend was trying to fix the faucet, our shower tub faucet. It started going drip, drip, drip. And so I had to go through all the little obstacles of try this. Nope, it still drips. Now try that. Nope, it still drips. Is it this? You know, so the experiment went on and finally determined it was a different part. Well, hopefully it's the part that came today. So right after I draw the name on Ember's webpage, we get a winner there. I get to try to fix that for the final time, and hopefully it works. I'm crossing my fingers, my toes, my eyes, everything, my legs. Hopefully it all works. So, almost, well, a little under a minute to go, and we'll get on with the show. Are you excited? I'm excited. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. Give me something. Show me some love. 30 seconds to go, and no one gives me love. Well, welcome on this adventure. Thank you. Thank you for the love. There's always a delayed reaction here, so that's so that if someone gets out of hand and hits me with a naughty word, I can mute them. Oh, yeah, that'd be me. All right, let the countdown begin. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's show. I'm Dave Stelma. You're here with me for a whole half hour, hopefully. Otherwise, come back and check out the replay. But we're going to go through, my big question this week is your backup plan to life your Achilles heel to your happiness? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about creating ways to create more joy in your life, and a little bit about Harvey. right after the intro. Is your backup plan your Achilles heel to your happiness? You got to ask yourself that once in a while. Is there a safety net? Is there golden handcuffs? If I quit this job and do what I really love to do, I'm not going to have benefits. I'm not going to have health insurance. And a lot of that is reality. Yeah, and it's true to a fact, but you could still do what makes you happy, or at least part-time, or beyond that, just doing things that would lead to you being able to do what makes you happy. We all get caught up into that backup plan when we're younger. It's like, well, if you're not in a relationship or married when you're 50, and I'm not in a relationship or married when I'm 50, maybe we could just, live together and be friends, and you'll be my backup plan. Oh, or, what if or we torture ourselves with fear, false evidence appearing real, with like, if I earn more money, then I'm going to lose all my benefits, or then I'm going to have to pay for health insurance, or then I'm going to have to do, so it's like that little, so then you talk yourself out of doing what might make you happy. A lot of it's all about taking a chance and facing the fear, to do it. But sometimes it's that fear just gets overwhelming, finances. That's the number one killer right there, is finances, right? If you don't own your home, if you have a mortgage, probably the deadliest weapon of killing our happiness is the 30-year mortgage. Because now it's strapped in for 30 years. You bought something that you could afford for 30 years, right? They talked you into it. Let's get a bigger house. You could have this mortgage and all that. That's a big one, because that 30 years now, that's overwhelming, right? Now all of a sudden you get halfway into it and you're like, oh, I got another 15 years to go. I mean, back in the 60s and 70s, you never had a 30-year mortgage. You had a 10, you have a 15, maybe you pushed it to a 20-year mortgage. But now you have 30 years. So just think, that's a good third of your life if you stick to it. But most people don't. Most people then sell that house and buy another house somewhere in there, that 10-year period or 20-year. And now we do another 30-year mortgage. So now it keeps getting pushed out farther and farther and farther. So then you always have this debt that's weighing onto you, that's not allowing you to do what maybe you love to do. You just get caught up into working a certain occupation or a certain job or at a certain factory or something of that sort. And then that kind of gives you that golden handcuffs. And so then you're stuck, and you're always going to be I should have done that, or I should have done this. Or you're trying to teach your kids, you're trying to be the role model by saying, don't do what I'm doing. You're not being the leader and showing them what to do. You're telling them, don't do this so that you can have a better life. But what do they end up doing 99.9% of the time? They end up following what you're doing. So how do you get out of this? It's all by making a plan. And then don't focus on the backup plan that you have. Focus on the plan that you have to go forward. So your forward-thinking plan may be the end. Start with the end result. If you want to be a writer, I don't know if Diane is on here, but Diane's a great example of being a writer. She wants to be a writer, so she started. We talked, and our assignment was what? Start writing. And actually, Diane inspired me because then later, about roughly a few weeks ago or almost a month ago, I started talking to a gentleman that coaches. He's a life coach for life coaches, right? And so Mark, I was talking with Mark, and he said, the biggest way that he grew his business was he took the advice of another person and just started sending out short little emails every day. And it's not necessarily about ask your dad to help. Thanks, Gloria. There you go. And it's not about life coaching. It's not about, sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's just a little inspirational. Sometimes like this, I think it was yesterday's, or I don't know. One of them, I talked about the little plumbing incident I had this weekend. I was like, wow, that might make a good story, because I had to start with a plan, and then as one hurdle, I had to clear one hurdle, I had to figure it out. If you missed the pre-show, darn it, come early. But I was telling you about this weekend, we had a little drip that started happening in our shower and tub. That would be a shub. There you go. I coined that phrase. There you go. But there was a drip in the faucet. So what I had to do is take it apart, and then the first component I put in there, replaced the washer, and nope, it still dripped a little bit. And so I had to keep going, analyzing. And the worst thing is, with me, what I do on that aspect is I go on YouTube. I'm a visual person. That's how I learn the best, is visually. So I go on YouTube and I started looking for this specific brand. It was American Standard, but this thing is like 30 years old. So I wanted to look that up and see where, is there a YouTube video? And a lot of times there is. There's going to be YouTube videos out there. So I looked on there, couldn't find this specific brand, but I started seeing a correlation in all the other faucets. There's a component that fits, that is screwed deep into there, and then this component has a washer on the end that screws into there, and that blocks the water. Okay, anyway. You've done this before, you're knowing what I'm talking about. If you don't care about plumbing, you're like, get to the story, get to the end part. Okay, so here's the end part. First thing didn't work. So I run and in between, you're running to the hardware store. You keep running back and forth to the hardware store. And the people at the hardware store look at you strangely, because they're like, he's back again. So I'm returning one part and then trying to find the other part. So long story short, or shorter, or maybe even longer, I ended up going online because no place around here had the other component, the seat that is inside that this stops up to, the washer stops up to and shuts it off. And so what that was, it was all corroded. And so I had to replace that. So I got it out, found one online, came today. I was excited because it wasn't supposed to come till Friday. So, yeah, so there you go. And that's what I had to do. So the moral to the whole story is, as you confront a stop, and that can be, if you're going to be a writer, you might write a book and then you send out to the first publisher and they go, hated it. And then what do you got to do? Oh no, I'm not a writer. I should throw this whole thing away. Let's go burn it. No, you keep submitting it to another person. Same thing with this. Every time you hit a stop sign, you just have to look both ways and then drive safely beyond it until you hit the next stop sign. Or maybe you'll hit the freeway and you'll just go gangbusters down the freeway of life. That's what you have to do. So your backup plan, if you focus on your backup plan, you're going to focus on that, and that's going to be really what becomes your goal. So stop with the backup plan. Don't focus on the backup plan. Do what you have to do to get through and pay your bills now. But then let's focus on the goal out there. If your goal is to have a home that is off the grid, solar shingles, never been a better time right now, because we got Tesla out there making solar shingles that look and work great, and they're going to be mass produced within the year. So this would be a great time to accomplish that goal. Now, 10 years ago, maybe not. You'd have to rethink it. It could be a big solar panel, big ugly solar panel that's out there or something to get you off the grid. But now is a great time to do that. So focus on the goal that's out there. So whatever that is, if it's a different job, there's ways to jump 2 steps ahead, and don't focus on, if I only get a job that pays a little bit more, then I'm going to lose my benefits or something like that. Don't worry about that. Let's find a way that you can jump 2 ahead. Maybe it's an apartment that is less costly in rent or utilities. Maybe that's living with a roommate and saving money that way. And then that jumps you 2 levels ahead, so that now you have extra money, or now you can do that thing that you love, or whatever it is. But there's ways to do this. And I encourage you to reach out to those people that may be able to just think or look at it from a different perspective. That's what coaches do. That's what I do with my clients, is it just comes at it at a different perspective than what we do. And that's why I have a coach too, because then those people in a mastermind group that I belong to, that those people will then kind of come at it from a different angle than I have, a different perspective. And then that kind of puts me into a different level. And so now I go into a different place. Get that solution faster. That's what it's all about, getting farther faster. And that's why we reach out and we have coaches in that. So next up, how do you create more joy and happiness? Because that's what this is all about, creating more joy and happiness. So you eliminate the negatives. And the easiest way, I'm going to give you a task for this next week. And take your time doing this. Everyone can do this, because it's going to just be beneficial for everyone in the big picture. Take a sheet of paper, and then you're going to put a line down the center from top to bottom, a line down the center. And on the right side, we're going to put everything that causes you stress. So throughout the week, every time you have a suffering thought, an uneasing thought, negative thought, could be self-talk. Every time you do that, go over and put it on your list. I do this all the time. If I go and I go out into the garage without shoes on and I stub my toe or I step on something, I'll go, how stupid. Ooh, now I called myself stupid, basically. So I write that on the list. I've caught myself doing that many, many times, because I know ahead of time I should be putting on shoes before I go out there, because there's stuff all over that just drops off of shelves and things like that. So I know I'm going to step on something if I go out there. So rule of thumb is, now I'm calling myself stupid because I knew that ahead of time. So to prevent that, now on the right side, if it's something that's preventable, now I'm going to do that. So I call myself stupid because I did that. So every time I go in the garage, I'm going to slip on some shoes. So how do I do that? I put a little pair of slip-on shoes right by the door, garage door, so I can go in and out real easily and do that. So now I eliminated that negative self-talk. Get where I'm going with this? Now, on the left side of that paper, I want you to write down everything that makes you smile or laugh over this next week. And that left side should be way longer than the right side. And at first, when you first do this, that right side may be way longer than the left side. And now we're going to start working on that, reversing it. Now you're going to focus on what things are going to make me smile and laugh. It can be watching funny movies, Jim Carrey movies, Jerry Lewis movies, whatever it works for you. Some people are have a darker set of humor or something, but don't do something that's going to be like, but I want to guffaw. I want you to just really, really laugh. There's laugh yoga. I don't know if you ever saw this. Google it. Or go on YouTube and just punch in laugh yoga, and you'll see a session of laugh yoga where that's all they do. There's no stretching. There's no nothing. You stand around and you just laugh. And it's so goofy looking that you'll start laughing at them because they seem so goofy about it. But that's what you want to do. It's proven scientifically that you can cure some diseases by just watching and putting yourself in positive place, by laughing, by watching comedies, by doing whatever it is that makes you happy and smile, because now your body is going to naturally, every time you laugh, every time you start just chuckling and seeing something funny, that's gonna bring on the different hormones now within your body that's going to make you more and more positive and heal your body. So I'm not saying if you have a deadly disease or you're dying of something right now that just laugh all day long, but it's certainly going to help. It's going to help your demeanor in every which way. I saw, and going to the other spectrum, I'm seeing a study now. They're studying to they put out a study of the antidepressants, and they're finding that they're not as good as they once thought that they would be. Now, realize this is an early study that's only a few years into it, and they're determining that because if you think about it, antidepressants are not there to make you happy, and that's what they're striving to prescribe them for many years. It's like, oh, you're sad? Here, have a pill. You'll be happy. Well, it's not to that. It's to make you not severely depressed. And they're great for a lot of people. Do not just stop taking your antidepressants if you're on them. Be wise with them, but try while you're taking them, or if you're not, figure out what makes you laugh, what makes you give that hearty guffaw, and make that list, because then focus on that left side of the list. Do those things every day. You're not going to bring joy into your life by watching Judge Judy. Judge Judy doesn't make you, well, sometimes she makes you laugh. But, it could be that you switch to the internets are playing with me. It could be that you are focus on, maybe you switch it up, instead of watching negative shows or something of that sort, watch something that's funny, that makes you laugh, that's right there. And sometimes it's tough because we're in a 24 news cycle, and there's a lot of negativity that's out there. The news is not going to show you, hey, this wonderful person helped another person today. We're seeing some stories, and I'm going to get to that in the next segment about Harvey. You're seeing some stories where people were saved, and that's just fabulous. That's wonderful. But what we want to focus on is what's going to make you smile and laugh. Just belly laugh. And so that's what we want to do, is try to find those things. So make that list this week, and then focus on the left side of the list. Everything that's going to be fun, make you smile and make you laugh. That's what your focus is. What makes me smile? Seek some help. Give me an email or seek out some help that way. Oh boy, the internet is going crazy tonight. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about Hurricane Harvey. If you are in a financial state where you can donate, please donate. please help them. The donations are going to go to temporary housing. The donations are also going to, so Red Cross, I go back and forth, but if you're going to donate to a local one in Texas. Okay. So there, I know today it flashed up on my Facebook page, I think, to donate for Red Cross for hurricane victims of, or victims of Hurricane Harvey out there. But when you donate, make sure that you are donating. I always say donate to something that is local to there. If you're in a place where you don't put yourself in a dire need. If you don't have a lot of money, there's still some things that you can do. Repost all the good things that are happening in Harvey, out in Texas, I should say, with Hurricane Harvey, and repost those on your Facebook page. Go on and I don't know if you saw last week or so, I posted. What Facebook does is in the comments section, as you comment on something, and the more comments that are on something, those cycle up higher in the news feeds. So the algorithm puts it up higher into your news feed, so everyone sees those things. So go on and comment. This is how the trolls do it. The trolls that are out there that do the negative things, they'll go on and they'll start a conversation to irritate somebody so that then more people comment and say, hey, why don't you just get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Do it the opposite way. Find a positive story about that and then start commenting and getting people to comment on it, and tell that to all your Facebook friends. Say, hey, go on here and comment on this. I really want your help. Message them and tell them. Put the comments on there so it goes out and everybody sees something positive in there. There's a lot of people that need help. And I'm encouraging, if you're a person out in Texas, if you need help, or even if it's with cleanup after the fact, you're back in your house, or you can go back to your home and where you live, start posting videos on Facebook. If there's something that you need help with, that's the fastest way, I think, to get it, or to find a news agency that might be roaming around looking for a story. Go flag them down and say, hey, I'm a victim and look at what's happened in my house. Come in my house, and they'll go in there for that moment, right? Get it out there on video and ask for that help. And I encourage you to do that. We have that's what Facebook is for. That's what YouTube could be for, but I think Facebook and Periscope and sometimes Instagram, but Facebook and Periscope right now, you can use those to your advantage. If you're having a problem with an insurance adjuster or an insurance company, they don't want bad press out there. They don't want you to put this on Facebook and show a bad side to their company. You can easily make a sign with their name on it, their sign or their name, and you can make a quick sign, and you can hold that up and go, this company sucks. We notified them. They're not responding back to us. And yes, they're going to get a lot of phone calls. They're going to get a lot of claims that are coming in, because this is devastation that's happening out there with the flooding. But if you don't get the result that you want, go live with them. If they have an issue with that, or if you're talking, all they can do, and be factual. If it's something about they didn't answer their phone in 20 minutes, let's be realistic. There's a problem that's going, there's that can be an inconvenience, but it's not a problem. Now, if they come there and say, not covered, we haven't, you don't have the right coverages in that, and you think that you do, you have either recourse by going to the Department of Insurance of your state of Texas, or, and I'm sure they're going to get inundated, you might just take to the airwaves, state your case and spread it out to your friends, and have them spread it out to their friends. Because if it's a company that is not doing right, because we've had that in the past, just Google insurance complaints Hurricane Katrina. There's a couple of national companies that just went in and said, we're not paying the claim, because they knew it would be a drain on their funds.
and then they would have an issue. But now, even there was one of those companies that even this year, spring of this year, settled finally and paid a fine to the government because of not paying claims. They'd rather drag it out, and then they have to go back and try to find these people that already gone. They just left their homes. That was in New Orleans. So with Hurricane Katrina, that's many, many years ago. So get on the airwaves. I encourage you to get on Facebook, get on Periscope, whichever is you have the most friends on, and get on there and start the facts. Tell the facts out there. The company name, bad response time, they refuse the claim, whatever it is, if that's the case. If they're doing good, let's put that out there too. Hey, this company, we have this company and they did great. We called them. They're out there within 24 hours, or they're coming with a bus of of claims adjusters, so put those good stories out there too, and help your neighbors. We can all learn from this. You don't have to be in a devastation area, or you don't have to go through a flood or something of that sort to help your neighbor. You can just be nice to your neighbor now. You can go over and help them mow their lawn. Check on the elderly. Check on the people that are older. I shouldn't say elderly. The wise people in our lives. Go and check on them, and that can be something that you're doing. You don't have to donate money if you don't have it. Pay yourself first. Hi, Mike. Pay yourself first. How are you doing? Speaking of Texas, there you go. How's it going out there in Texas? Are you guys doing okay? But do that. Put out those videos. If you're having issues with insurance, claims adjusters, whatever it is, go to the airwaves. Make Facebook and Periscope work for you. I wouldn't bother with YouTube because that's like production. If you want to put a produced video up there, that's what people do on that. I would use this though. Facebook last year said that they want to be a news organization. They want to hand it off to the people that the people can show videos and do that and make the news. Let's do it. This is going to be the first experience for a major disaster. So get on Facebook. If you're in Texas, if you're in the Houston area or outlying areas that are being devastated by all the rain and the amounts of rain that are coming down and the floods and all of that, start showing those videos. I'm seeing a lot of them. CNN, I'm seeing from other people, but get them out there. And then if you have friends that are doing it, or in Texas there, push them out and make those comments. Use the algorithm to your benefit. Get out there and make those comments on there, and then have your friends comment on it, because those comments are going to push it up into the algorithm faster. Use it right there use Facebook. I don't want to say use Facebook against itself, but use it for the benefit. The trolls are out there using it, so let's use it to the benefit of showing positive things, as well as if you got to get the name out there of insurance companies that aren't doing you right, do it. Even if it's FEMA, do it. I mean, FEMA's the only one that's going to handle flood insurance, and if they're not handling claims correctly, the companies that FEMA has the insurance through, or provides the insurance through, if they're not providing, claims adjusters and that, tell us about it. Put it out there, because otherwise we're going to think it's status quo and everything's going well, right? All right. I'll get done with my rant. We should call this Rant with Dave. Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Mike, I hope you're doing well out there in Texas. Let us know. And anybody else, and push this out to your friends. Feel free. And tell them. They don't have to take the advice from me, but tell them, speak it out there in Facebook. Push out there and comment. Do positive comments, and then rev up those things too. We don't need all the negativity out there. All right. Have a great week. Enjoy life and smile when you can. See
See you next week. Bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel or find everything at davestelma.com.